Marie, and today I'm here to show you my version of a modified gatefold card, and this is a masculine version. I'm doing this for my brother. So what you need 3 card bases, similar colors. You want one on the inside that is different. The 2 outsides should be the same. I like these because they had the gold border on them. And what I did right here, I glued this ahead of time. I cut this out of Crop at Home 2 border die out of vellum, and it takes a little while to dry. I use liquid glue on it to have it dry. But what you do with these front 2 card bases is you score them in half, the front of it. And then I've got adhesive on this side, because what happens with these is this flips this way, and this will be the left side of the card. So this one's the right side, so it's going to flip this way. So you fold the front towards the back of the card, and okay, there's that. And then this other one is cut in half so to keep it from being less bulky. You could actually leave it whole and then have a flip inside with a message inside if you wanted to do that. But I'm going to put my sentiment on the back of it. And then I have adhesive on the back of this. Then I also have to pop up my Beau Regards card topper. I'm going to change the sentiment on this so it's more birthday appropriate from one of the stickers that's in there. But I want to pop it up so that's supported. So I cut a piece from an extra card so it's thick. I had this because I cut off the front of a different card I did. But you fold, you're going to do score lines at a 1/2 inch. It'll depend on your piece, how wide you want this. I wanted it 2 inches. So took my scoreboard. I like this little one. It's We Are Memory Keepers. And the scores I need for that one are at a 1/2 inch, 3 inches, which makes this 2 inches, 3 1/2. These 2 parts need to be the same, or it'll sit wonky. This last one's a 1/2 inch, but it doesn't really matter what that is because we're going to glue it down. But these 2 definitely need to be the same height. And then this one, part of it's going to show, so I cut it out of gold. And the scores on this, I want it a little bit higher than that last one so it slides together good. So this one's 5/8, 2 1/4, 2 7/8. This and this are the same. And this is my extra piece that'll get glued inside the card. And then I found an old, I have a bunch of older card toppers, and this one says World's Greatest Dad, and I'm going to replace that with Happy Birthday to You. I cut out some of the flourishes from the dies that I have, the die sets I have, and I have a bucket with champagne in it because I think the sentiment I'm going to put over this "You Are Amazing" is "You are like wine, you reach perfection with age." I have balloons, and I have a package, and I might use this fern leaf. I'm not sure. We'll see as I get there. So let's put the card together. I trimmed off a little bit so that these are not so it's not too bulky in that center. You don't want to cut off much, but you can. So this is just double-sided adhesive. And I'll make sure it's centered on that other card. Before you press down, make sure you got it where you want it. And this one I have adhesive on. And take that off. And put that in the center here. Center it top to bottom, left to right. And don't press down until it's in place. Okay, so then this is going to come in this way, and this one will come in this way. And I have this silicone bone folder that I really like for pressing things like this down, because it doesn't wreck the paper. Keep working on it as I go. Get it to sit flatter. Okay, so we got that. Now let's put in, I'm going to put this one in here so it pops up from the bottom when the card is opened. So let me put this other sentiment on top of this. So that's done before we get there. And so now what we need to do, this piece that I showed you that is 1/2 inch, 2 inch, 3.5, 4 inch scores, and it's like this. The 1/2 inch side is going to get attached to the side in here, and it butts up to this fold right here. And then this one will go in and it'll form, this is what's going to be formed inside when it's open. Okay, so what I do with things like this, it just works for me, you can do it however you want, is I have some adhesive on here, but for things that I might want to move, I use liquid glue over the top of it because it gives me a little bit of movement time and it makes it more secure. So let's see, it's about here. So I'm gonna push this down, let that sit a second before I do the other part. You can do whatever works for you. This is what I find is best for me. So then take the tape off of here. And yes, I need an adhesive fairy if anybody wants to volunteer to do that job. You're welcome. Okay, so then as the card is open, I want it to sit like that. Dry a second. And then it'll fold, and as it folds flat, it'll be like that. And then it pops up as you open it. So, flat. Moving on me because it's wet. Need to let it dry a second. Let that dry some more. Patience. Some days I have it, some days I don't. Okay, so then this one I want to be level with the top. So give myself some adhesive, double-sided adhesive. Too long. Pop that in there. Peel it off. You could have put the adhesive on that before you glued that part down, but okay, so now this is like right here. Press it down. Okay, now this other one is going to pop out from this side. So I want to glue the hat. It's a 5/8 on this side. And if you glue foil paper, it takes longer to dry. I guess because there's nothing to absorb into the paper. But you could add more to this. I think I'm going to leave that one. I kind of like it the way it is. I'll leave that one that way. And then take the tape off. Get it off my fingers. And some liquid glue. This is Barely Art glue. I used to use art glitter glue all the time, but what I found was that this whole thing's gonna go this way. You know, they have the times a year when you can get that glue, and it just wasn't working for me. So Barely Art glue works. I can't say that it's the same as art glitter glue. It's a little thinner. There's another glue that I have tried and it's okay, called Reptile glue. But this is Barely Art today. The reason I wanted to use the gold here is because I'm going to put the champagne bucket here, and I didn't want white showing behind that. So in this case, it's okay. So fold and flat, check yourself, make sure it's happening. There's nothing like making something and then not having it work. Okay, so now I'm going to put this, I think, like right there. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so let's take another piece, one I just used. Fine. Put that there. Peel off the back. I don't like this this is a sticker, but if part of it's sticking out, you don't want all that adhesive just kind of hanging out. But I mean, you could use the cornstarch stuff and it would get rid of the adhesive, but I just find I just leave the sticker back on it. It's fine. So that's how it's going to open. Top view right now is this way. And then it's folding flat. So the next thing I want to do, I added these vellum strips because I just felt like it needed something, and the vellum was just the best for kind of a muted background. I'm going to put this on this side. I want some swirls behind it. So let's see. Come to me. Kind of have a habit of twisting into each other. Okay, so let's see. I think I like that for this side. And then let's do this over here with the balloons. And I'm not using the present, it's too much. You could also stick a leaf back here, but I think it's too much. I think I just need the balloons. And you guys are probably talking to me, telling me that stuff, but okay, so I'm gonna glue this down. You can use spray adhesive if you like that. I just find that makes a big old mess for me. And doesn't hold as well, so. Okay, so there's that one. Gotta hold it a second. And stay. Again, it's the gold foil. Doesn't necessarily stick as well. Well, it does, but it just takes longer. And then this is an old one, so it doesn't have any adhesive on it. So it's glue on this inside part. Out of screen. So I just put glue on part of it because you don't want glue on the hangover part. Card with a hangover. Yes, I talk to myself when I craft. Some ideas are good and some ideas aren't. I'm sure you all feel that way. So there's that. And then this one is a sticker that I'm going to cover this with. Off of there. And put that there. And then I want to glue down this thing for the other side. It brings some symmetry to your card, having it this way, with the swirls here and swirls here. So there, that's pretty much down there. And I want the balloons visible when that's closed. So they're gonna go there. This one's not a sticker, so it gets liquid glue. If the back of these is white, it's a sticker. If it's cream, it doesn't have adhesive on it. In case you didn't know that, you guys probably all knew that. Right? So I have extra parts that I didn't use. But I'm sure I'll use them eventually, right? So anyway, that's the card. It modified gatefold is what I'm calling it. And you open it up and there's the champagne bucket. The guy pops up, and then what I'm going to do on the back of it is take one of the card inserts, cut it in half, put that here. And if you want to do a ribbon to tie this shut, adhere your ribbon here before you put that on here, and then you can tie it to the front. But I don't think I'm going to send my brother a ribbon. So this is going this way. It'll be fine. And I hope you enjoyed that. Bye.